Hi everyone, this is Coach Linda Hillman, and I'm coming to you with Friday's edition of Glimpses of Destiny. And I am so excited about today because I know a lot of you are out there. You're making your dreams come true. You're acquiring the promises that God has given you. And so that I'm thumbs up. I'm really proud of you all, and I'm really enjoying the emails and the the inboxes on Facebook and the little replies on Twitter and all of these wonderful things. And so listen, I'm uploading these shows on YouTube also. So if you miss it here live, go to YouTube because the same show, unless I talk over 15 minutes, the same show is actually uploaded as soon as it's done to YouTube. So you can look at it here or on YouTube. Also go to my website, www.lindahillman.net, and join the movement. I want to hear from you. I want to hear all the good things that you've been doing. It's going on a month of me doing these shows. So I know there should be some excitement out there. There should be some things happening that wasn't happening almost a month ago. So go ahead and get in touch with me and let me know what's going on. Today we're going to be talking about visualize your moon. And then I added my own little tag. Can you see it? You know that my tagline for my company is only those that can see the invisible can achieve the impossible. But today we're going to kind of explore that a little bit more with visualize your moon. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see the promises? Can you see your destiny? Do you understand why you have to live purpose on purpose? Yes, yes. So again, continuing with our living a divinely inspired life. We're on day 5. If you're following along with me on the website, which is uversion.com, you can go and you can do this and you can keep your own notes and all of that wonderful stuff. Hopefully you're journaling all the great things that this show is inspiring you to see. Hopefully it's challenging you to go beyond where you are to where you want to be. So let's talk about visualizing, our moon or your moon, okay? I'm going to read the scripture today only because I really like what the scripture says. It's Genesis, the 13th chapter. I'm going to be reading verses 14 through 17. It says, after Lot had gone, the Lord said to Abraham, or Abram, he wasn't Abraham yet, Abram, look as far as you can see in every direction, north and south, east and west. I am giving you all this land as far as you can see to you and your descendants as a permanent possession. And I will give you so many descendants that, like the dust of the earth, they cannot be counted. Go and walk through the land in every direction, for I am giving it to you. That is the scripture. So now let's see what it says. Visualize the moon. In Genesis the 13th chapter, Lot and Abraham go separate ways. Lot chose to live in Sodom and Gomorrah, a land that seemed more fertile and prosperous. Some people will take the easy road. That's what it's saying. It looks like it's already laid out for me, so I'm just going to go there. That means I don't have to do some work. And sometimes the easy road leads to success. 9 times out of 10, though, you're going to have to take the hard road, okay? So let's go on. It says here, whilst Abraham remained in Canaan in obedience to God, he knew that God had already made a promise to make him a great nation. Has God given you a promise and you're still waiting on that promise? It looks like that promise is way above anything you can ask or think or hope or dream, but you're waiting on that promise because God made it to you. My God, we're going to talk about that today. At the end of the chapter, God appears to Abraham and confirms his promises to him. Has God come back time after time and confirmed the promise that he gave to you, saying, hold on? My God. In verse 14 through 17, God asked Abraham to do 4 things. 1, look. 2, see. 3, go. And 4, walk through. So today God is asking you to 1, look. 2, see. 3, go. And 4, walk through. Okay? It is important to note that God asked Abraham to look and see his promises. He told him to look in every direction. See, sometimes we're just looking in front of us, but we got to look behind us, on the side of us, all around us, because we don't know from where that blessing is going to come. We don't know what direction God's going to choose. So we got to look and see everything that is around us. Oh, somebody's getting happy about that one, because you're waiting on a promise. You know that God told you to start that business. You know God told you to get into that relationship. You know that God told you to go back to school and get that education. Or maybe you're in school and God said that you would make good grades, and you've been making mediocre grades, and now you're looking for God to fulfill his promise. And I'm telling you to visualize the promises of God. Make them become clear. Have a clear vision of what that looks like. Maybe you need to get a vision board. Maybe you need to get, I was watching the movie called The Women, and in there, when someone asked her, what do you want? What do you want? And she went home and she got a big board. This is what I call a vision board. She got a big board and she wrote in the board, what do I want? And then she started putting up things that she wanted. Guess what she was doing? She was visualizing that thing. She was seeing herself in a new house. She was seeing herself in a new car. She was seeing herself being a fashion designer. That's what she wanted to be. She was seeing her life make a drastic change. And she knew that she needed to see it to believe it. And so therefore, and I'm not talking about see it in the natural. I'm talking about see it before you can see it. That's why it says only those that can see the invisible can achieve the impossible. Because you've got to see some things that are not there. So he said, look around you. Look and see the promises. Can you see it? Can you see it? You see why I called it can you see it? Can you see it? Can you visualize it? Come on, somebody. I know somebody out there can see their new home. They can see their new car. They can see their family coming together as a cohesive unit. They can see their church growing. They can see that God is going to bless them financially. They can see that God's going to prosper their business. They can see that the things that they've been hoping for, the things that they've been praying for, the things that God has promised is about to come about, because you've looked in every direction. So you're looking for it and you can now see it coming to you. My God. It is important to note that God asked Abraham to look and see his promises coming to reality before going and walking through it. Because see, if you don't see it, you can't go to it. If you don't see it, you can't walk through it. And now, again, this is not some manifestation that is out there. You're looking and you see it and you can actually go physically touch it. But this is saying, look and see what God has promised you. Visualize it. Where are you going to put it? How are you going to make that business successful? What are you going to do once you become a success? What are you going to do once you become financially stable and you are depending and you're paying your tithes and you're offering and you're able to give back to the community and you're able to do all these things? What is that going to look like to you? Now you can go to it and you can walk through it. My God. There must be a visualization before the realization. It is the vision you perceive that gives rise to the reality you achieve. It is essential that you look and see the purpose God has for you actually happening in your life. This empowers you to be expectant of the end result even before the end occurs. What can you see in the spirit? That's good right there. I'm going to read that one more time. What can you see in the spirit? What is the reality that God is showing you that has not yet manifested? Begin to ask God to open your eyes. Begin to ask God to open your eyes, to open the eye of your spirit and to show you what he has in store for you. You must be able to visualize your moon. You must be able to visualize your promise. You've got to see it before you can see it. You've got to know without a shadow of a doubt that it's going to happen for you. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You've got to know that you know that you know. It's coming. It's coming. I don't care what my circumstances look like. I don't care what you say. What does God say? I'm going to decree and declare what God told me. I'm going to decree and declare what he says because it's going to happen. I'm not going to always be here. But you remember this day. You remember that I told you so. My God, I'm getting happy about that thing. Let me hurry up. You must be able to visualize your moon before you can aim for it and walk on it to leave your footprint. Man, 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 you got to get out there. You got to do something. If you're not doing something, if you're discouraged, if you're downtrodden, if you feel like, man, I've been working at it and it just doesn't seem to be coming together, now is your time to stop the madness and say, you know what? Even though, in spite of, I'm going to keep on. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to push past this. I'm going to start to visualize. I'm going to start to see that moon, those promises, and I'm going to begin to walk through them in my mind. I'm going to get a vision board and put up all the wonderful things that I see because I know that I'm going to achieve them because God said so. Remember, be blessed and encouraged. Only those that can see the invisible can achieve the impossible. Until Monday, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.